Hi lovelies, right, today we are going to be making ornate edible frame toppers. First what we're going to do is make the base of the topper, basically where the frame is going to sit on. So you just want to get yourself some fondant. I'm just kneading it here, just making it pliable so we can roll that out. Just keep kneading it, and then you want to roll it out into the desired size. That should be okay. And then you want to take the size in which the cupcake width is. And then what you want to do is just neaten up the edges with your hands, like I'm doing here. Just make sure all them edges are nice and tidy, and then just pop it on some kitchen towel and let that dry. Make sure you put your fondant in a sealable bag so it doesn't dry up. And then what you want to do is we're going to get some pink fondant or your desired colour, and we are going to knead this, and then we're also going to this on top of the white topper, so you've got like a double effect layer. And then this is going to be a size smaller than the size that we've just done. And again, you just want to neaten up the edges and then bob that down and let that dry. Then what we're going to do next is, for the frames, I use the ultra-fine flour modelling paste and the frame mould. I use the one on the right hand side, as you can see here. And then I'll take some cornstarch, bob that into the creases of the mould, so when you are using the gum paste it doesn't stick, and then just tap out the excess. And then you want to knead that so that also is pliable. And then you want to push that in the creases, pulling along slightly and pushing your finger down, as you can see here, and just trying to neaten up the edges as you go along. You can do that when you've finished putting all of the gum paste round. You can neaten up the edges then. And then what you want to do is put some more cornstarch in edges where you feel it's getting a bit sticky, and also on your fingers, because as you can see here it will start to getting a little bit sticky. And then take your tool and we're going to scrape off that excess gum paste there, and then just neaten that up. And then because we put the cornstarch underneath the frame, it'll just bob out. And there you go. And then you just want to put that to one side, neaten that up a bit, put that to one side and let that dry. Next we are going to be making the stand, if you want to call it, for the back of the frame, in which the frame is going to lean against to make it stand up. So you just want to do this as I'm showing you here, like in a triangle formation. Again, making all of this with the gum paste. It tends to dry firmer. Put that to one side, let that dry. Next you want to take your edible icing sheet and trim around the edges. Take your desired picture. This is a picture of, you know, the 3D baby scans you can get. So adorable. And then you just want to cut the edges. Then you want to take some more of your gum paste, and we're going to be making the back of the frame in which the picture is going to sit on. You just want to roll that out. Don't roll it out too thin. As you can see there, I had to do it again because it went a little bit thin. I wanted it a little bit more thicker. And then just bob your picture on top. Take your tool, your knife, and just cut around that, being careful. And what you want to do next is, not forgetting that you've got the plastic sheeting on the back, that's not edible. You want to take that off. And you can use edible glue, but I used a little bit of water here. Bob that on the back and stick that on your gum paste like so. And then set that aside and let that dry as well. And then I'm just getting the pink fondant, putting some water on it and then placing it on top of the white topper so they can dry together. And then bob that to the side again. Then what I'm going to do is, we're going to take some luster dust, gold luster dust, and the frame has dried slightly, but it's still not dry properly yet. We're going to paint that. Can see I'm doing here. What I do is with the gold luster dust, I know you can use alcohol, but I use lemon juice. I just put a little bit of lemon juice in and I use that and it dries the same. I think the alcohol dries a little bit more quicker, but it's okay. I'm okay using the lemon juice. And then after painting that, you just want to set that aside. Then I'm taking some white chocolate and I'm going to be melting that into the microwave, like so. This is for, what I use this for is to put all the pieces together basically. I find that I've used edible glue in the past and it's stuck but over time, but then with the white chocolate I get a firmer stick, if that makes sense. It dries harder. So I'm just putting some of the white chocolate on this stand part of the frame, putting that on the topper, as you can see. Push that down slightly. Then I'm taking the frame, turn that over, bob some chocolate on there. Try to be careful with these bits because obviously you don't, from looking at it front ways, you don't want to see melted chocolate all over the place. So just try and be a bit neat here. And then bob that over your desired picture. Push it down slightly. Like so. And then what we're going to do is, we are going to take the picture and bob some white chocolate on the back and then on the stand part. And this is where these two pieces will meet and then it'll dry quite quick as well with it being melted chocolate. And there you go. If you feel it's a bit insecure, just bob some more white chocolate on there. And there you go. I'm just showing you a close-up of this again. Bob that aside, let that dry properly, and there you have it. Your vintage edible ornate cupcake topper. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It is my first video. Please be nice. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like.